I'm pretty sure I messed up in this video. Sunday at 6 is when the voting starts. You have until Tuesday at 6, Texas Central Standard Time, March, I'm so lost, March 8th, 7th, March 7th, to vote. Tuesday, 6th, March 7th, voting closes for this bracket. All right, enough yakking, on to the next one. On to this video. Like, I'm confused, people. What's up, people? I'm Shaggy, the opinionated hippie, and welcome to the 2023 Frank Zappa March Madness, the songs. This is round one for the North American bracket. How do we get this name, North American bracket? Well, the number 3 overall seed and the number 1 seed in this bracket is Watermelon and Easter Hay. Watermelon and Easter Hay is off the album Joe's Garage. Joe's Garage to me seems like a very American album, very United States album. We're going to throw Canada and Mexico into the mix. So this is the North American bracket. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run through each of the pairings. We got 1 through 8, 4 through 5, 3 through 6, 2 through 7. I'm going to put them up there on the screen. Talk about each one a little bit. I'll put the entire bracket up there at the end so you can look at it. Then you go in the comments and you vote. It is Monday. This is going up Monday around 6 on March. No, on Sunday this is going up. This is Sunday. It's not Monday. Sunday, March 5th. So you have until Wednesday, March 7th at approximately 6 p.m. to get your votes in the comments. You can comment afterwards just to tell everybody your votes. It's not going to count, people. There's timestamps on those things. But anyways, let's get on to the votes. Let's get on to the battles. The first one, your number 1 seed is number 1, Watermelon and Easter Hay versus Sinister Footwear 2, the second movement. Watermelon and Easter Hay, what to say about it? One of Frank's most perfect compositions, an instrumental, sort of the epic grand finale, even though there are songs afterwards, a song afterwards. It is sort of the epic grand finale of Joe's Garage, just an instrumental to tug at the heartstrings and just make you feel things with no words. The idea of a watermelon and Easter hay, which I'm assuming is the green grass that you have at Easter, it's a beautiful image. I don't know why. I love it. But yeah, what else to say about this song? Great guitar solos, in the 80s from this song. Wasn't an overplayed song. It was kind of a treat when it popped up, which is kind of neat. There's that rare quality to it. When Dweezil was doing this song on a recent tour, he would give a little speech, and then it just became a tearjerker because it is one of those songs. That's the number 1 versus number 8, Sinister Footwear. One of Frank's definite high peaks of the 80s off the Them or Us album. Fantastic compositional qualities, great keyboard work by Tommy Mars, ridiculously aggressive guitar solo by Frank that is just phenomenal, really weird, overly written, overly complex, just labyrinth-esque sort of ending to it, in which all kinds of weird written parts are it's like a maze of craziness with Man and Mars and Vi just doing absolutely amazing things. But yeah, this is an interesting battle right here. Guitar solo vehicle to beat all guitar solo vehicles, and then just an awesome instrumental. 2 instrumentals, people. Watermelon versus Sinister Footwear, 1 versus 8. Your next battle, number 2, Cheapness, which surprised me that it ranked as high as it did in the overall rankings, versus number 7, Willie the Pimp, which barely squeaked onto this list. We got Cheapness. It's about monster movies. It's from the Roxy and Elsewhere album. Kind of stuck around through the end of 74, disappeared for the rest of forever. Crazy, hyperkinetic song, a lot of energy, couple different versions throughout the touring years. You could either go listen to Roxy, or I would recommend you go listen to Stage 2 for a more definitive version. I think that is kind of the definitive version, if you ask me. I love Napoleon's part at the end where he's like, "Hot hot dog, tastes real good." Brilliant. But yeah, really kooky song about monster movies versus Willie the Pimp, Captain Beefheart, a guitar solo that never ends. Awesome riff in the beginning. Down, awesome song. Don't go listen to that 84 version on Stage 4. Don't go listen to the 84 version on Stage 4. You're welcome. Go listen to Hot Rats. Compare that to any Cheapness. Make your decision based on that. But yeah, Willie the Pimp, man. It's just one of those I don't know, It's not a signature song, I think, with Zappa, but it's one of those that, like, almost everybody who has one Zappa album has Hot Rats. They all know Willie the Pimp. It's just one of those type songs. The name, Beefheart's performance, the guitar solo that never ends, all those things just make a really, really unique, special song. First is Cheapness, which I love that it got as many votes as it did. It just surprised me. I never would have predicted that. But yeah, that's your number 2 versus your number 7. On to the next one. It's 3, Strictly Gentile versus Oh No. Yeah, Oh No made it up here. Another interesting choices, people. Strictly Gentile, which you can go back to the 200 Motels version and listen to the entire Strictly Gentile track, which is the song we know as an instrumental that was played a lot from like 78 on through the 80s. Beautiful, beautiful melody, just an instrumental, almost like one of those sort of like a slower Peaches. It has like a, not a bolero type feel, but it's one of those compositions in which there's the main theme and then he just kind of tweaks it and just kind of plays sort of different variations of it, and it just kind of builds. You even get a little mariachi flavor in there at some point in the 88 tour. You get weird different parts because Frank can do it with the band, can mess with like the parts and have them do weird funky things. Get that Hawaiian Punch theme song thrown in at the end of the live versions just to make it a little more fun. Right, that was the Hawaiian Punch was Strictly Gentile, right? Yeah. But yeah, a great, epic, beautiful, classically tinged instrumental song that closed many a show in the 80s versus Oh No. I don't believe it. Oh No. I don't believe it? That doesn't seem right. Song about love. Some great performances throughout the years, going back to Weasels with My Flesh. Awesome performance on Make a Jazz Noise here. It's a love song, but it's not really a love song. Or is it a love song? Nobody knows. Just a phenomenal song. Really good performances that popped up in the 74 era band. But yeah, one of the Frank's more straightforward, I don't know if sincere is the right word, but just kind of a more straightforward song, making it up onto a number 6. So yeah, both songs from like roughly the same era, late 60s, early 70s, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, number 3, Strictly Gentile versus number 6, Oh No. And then finally, our last one, number 4, Muffin Man versus number 5, Don't You Ever Wash That Thing? Muffin Man. You can take the live version, which starts off with that incredible riff and goes off into the, sort of either horrible reggae version vocals or just that awesome girl, you thought he was a man. Or you can take the studio version, which has that weird sort of George Duke in the studio, kind of weird, kind of, I don't know what kind of piano that is, but Frank doing that spoken word thing, muffins, muffins. And then we go off into the girl, you thought he was a man. And no matter what you think about the song, either version of it, the guitar solos are always epic. Even those live versions in 77 and 78, when Baloo would get a little chance to shine before Frank just goes off in the stratosphere and just plays some of his best arena rock guitar and just gets to like be like a stud on the guitar for like 3 or 4 minutes. Versus number 5, Don't You Ever Wash That Thing. One of those really complex, interesting, but somehow funky songs from the 73, 74 era. You get usually a little, maybe a Fowler solo in there, maybe a George Duke solo, maybe a Frank solo, maybe a weird jam at the end, depending on what year you are or what tour you're on. Kind of different things were happening throughout. But just a really neat, go back and listen to that Roxy and Elsewhere version. Really neat compositional, almost always paired up, at least in that 73, 74 with The Kidney's Heart for You. Great little song, and that pairing was a very, very powerful pairing in those years. But yeah, another instrumental, another neat little instrumental that did have some spoken word, because Frank would usually say, ladies and gentlemen, watch Ruth. Ruth has been thinking. What? Ruth has been thinking. Some weird Frank ad-lib that he would yell. And then Ruth would go on to this like ridiculous like little riff thing. Before we'd go off into some other part of the song. A really, really neat little song. But Ruth has been thinking. But that's it. Number 5. And those are them right there, people. That is your bracket for North America. Watch it. Let me know what you think about it. Vote in the comments. I went through these pretty quickly, but you know how this works. You have your own opinions. Just providing a little, maybe try to help you form them, vote for them, whatever, Subscribe so you don't miss updates and you don't miss the next round. Like, share, go listen to music, all that stuff. Thank you for watching, people. See you next time.